Okay, so we're back. We've made it through a couple of events, and yeah, pretty good shape. Nothing serious broken. Okay, we need to quickly. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Get all of these systems switched off. Get this switched off. Switched off. Get rid of that. Get that switched off. And yeah, so this is where we're actually going to start using battery power now. And finally, this one. Just grab onto the bottom here and okay, I think that already went out along with the power because I don't have a battery, which is a good thing in this case. Put these systems back, and we need to get our critical systems back online. Come on. Okay. Get rid of the power connector. Switch this back on. Perfect. It's going to make a little bit of noise, but that's fine. We've lost some oxygen, and no doubt some CO2 would have built up while I was doing that. And wonder how long I could actually get away with keeping this system off, because you definitely have a bit more time on this one. We will pull out the power connector, and then I'm going to get over here to shut this up. Yeah, I'm sure these error messages are just saying that I'm running it off the battery. And it's starting to get cold, so let's just see how cold. Yeah, cold enough that I'm not going to make it through this entire event without using this system. So let's heat it up a bit, and then we'll turn off the system again. So as soon as it goes above 10 degrees, you're fine. So this is what I'm saying. It's that part's maybe not that realistic. Well, to be fair, it's not realistic that you can open the airlock and somehow survive that. So got to take some liberties to keep the game fun, some creative license. Yeah, this is fine. I'm switching this off so that I don't have to waste electricity. Let's see how the other systems are doing in terms of just supply and battery. It is using a lot of battery. We're still okay on the oxygen supply itself. This is why you need backup batteries. But we're still in good shape. We've got, well, batteries floating around here somewhere. There's some more. Those are charged, I believe. Not much to do at this point other than wait it out. But I'm going to bring this back out because the moment the storm stops, I want the power back. Mostly because the atomic power would have gotten cold, and it's going to need a little bit of time to heat up again. We're starting to get cold again as well. I think it should be ending any time now. Okay, let's just get this on for a little bit. And that should be fine for now. We've hardly used the battery, which is good. Those systems are showing errors. That's a problem. I think those bottles are running out. And that's not something that I want to happen. I'm going to call it. I think this is over. Switching the system back on. I'm hoping the heat that this generates. Okay, we need to get gravity back fast, because that'll allow me to sort the other systems out much faster. There we go. Switch this back on. Okay, now we should be fine to get these switched out. Did I take the right bottle? I don't think I did. There we go. This is oxygen. Get this back in. Then I'm very quickly going to have to find these data connectors wherever they are, because these batteries are done. Is that switched on? Yes, it is. Okay. Another one over here. It's a little bit closer than I'd like, but we're okay. Let's get everything else switched on. Let's get some lights in here. It's still really cold, so let's get this back up. Now that we have the main power. Okay, so I think everything is under control now. Get the main computer online. Okay, power is too low. That probably means we're wasting a little bit of battery power somewhere, most likely. That has now been sorted out. This has still got a faulty data cable. I've never had to replace the data cable on this. I should probably have a look around this again to figure out what exactly is wrong there. Let's get this sorted out, switch that back on. And we probably need to recharge at least one of these batteries. I'm going to take the old ones out and just get new ones in. Okay, so that's fine. Replace that. Put this into the charger and just make sure. I'm going to show you just how much power this uses when I use this battery charger. Do we want to do this now? Yeah, let's do it. Get over here, grab onto that. So just look at the blue line is basically how much power we're drawing, and the red is how much the generator is supplying. So that's why charging batteries is an issue, and that's why I'm floating around, because it basically puts pressure on every other system when you do this. So that's why it's just better to have charged batteries already and salvage them from other systems and not waste them, basically. Yeah, it's just much easier that way. What just broke? I'm not sure. I should recycle that. By the way, if something breaks in this battery charger, or even in the CO2 to O2 recycling station, it's quite hard to tell because it doesn't have any alarms to tell you, and it doesn't have a screen, of course. So at least we've got another battery. I'm not going to charge another one right now. You see, this is complaining because, I think because of the battery that I charged. Not sure exactly what it's doing, but it's not good. At least everything else is okay for the time being. Well, I assume there's nothing else wrong here. Something might have broken as systems are getting hit as well. damaged battery and a bad filter. It's okay, we've got a spare filter from the pressure generator. We can use that, and I'm gonna leave the damaged battery in for now. I'll replace it when, I guess, the time comes. Okay, so this is fine. So let's get this filter sorted. Take it out. And get this filter in as a replacement. Just make sure it's clean. Okay, so that'll have to do for now. Should I recycle this? No, it's just... Yeah, let's recycle it. Why not? Since we have to recycle some stuff anyway. So we'll close this up. Switch this on. We'll recycle this even though we have no idea how many parts we have. But more is better in this case. So that's fine. This we're never going to use again. Should just recycle this as well. Perfect. Okay. What else? What else do we have here? This is a on-off button. Yeah, that should be recycled as well. I think that's probably it for now. Then we'll do our standard switching out of the bottles. This is just something that you need to get used to, is whenever you have nothing to do, switch these out, because it's another one of those sort of, I guess, liberties the game is taking, is just how fast you would actually use up a tank of oxygen. That it is more fun this way for sure. So that's okay. It's just a damaged battery. You know, if I am going to have a damaged battery, it makes more sense to have it in this system than it does to have it in the other one. So let's take this out and we'll actually charge it a little bit. And then we'll take the damaged battery, put that into the other system. Okay, we've just lost gravity because I'm charging. No, put that over there. That's fine. Okay. Now we have a fully functioning battery in there. External temperature. Okay, we have to get rid of the generator. This is a tough event to survive. Well, actually it's not that tough, but... just have a look. I want to keep this on for as long as I possibly can. But as soon as that temperature starts rising, this is when I need to get rid of this, because this is what's generating the heat, and we can't have both heat sources at the same time. Okay, there we go. This needs to switch off now. So the good news is I don't need to switch anything else off, because none of those things are in battery power. And this should... well, this is eventually going to become a problem, because as you can see, this can't actually compete with the heat that's coming from outside. But all we need to do is, because this is running off a battery, is be ready to switch out this battery when the time comes. I think with those two systems, we will be okay. Oh, by the way, one of the nice things about this event is that it actually creates a decent amount of light inside, so at least don't need to worry about that. What I'm going to do to make things a bit easier to spot the problems here is just to keep this open so that I can monitor the battery's levels from outside. So temperature will keep going up. Oh, this is really loud. But it's completely manageable. This is basically like a nice summer's day at this stage. Do need to keep my eye on that battery. If this battery goes, we'll have a problem. Actually, all right. When this battery is done, I'm going to recycle it. But we should be able to get this back on. Temperature's still rising. And it's still rising. There we go, starting to stabilize. Cool, okay, first things first. We'll need to take care of those batteries eventually. That battery that's broken, well, we either need to repair it or we need to recycle it, but I haven't decided which I want to do yet, so it's just going to stay in there for the time being. And we obviously need to put a fresh one in for when we eventually need it. What else? Okay, this is all fine. Nothing's wrong here, so I don't need this in my way. We will do the standard switching of the tanks. Get out the filter, get some fresh batteries in here, and then probably we want to charge these batteries as well. So that's empty. That's not good. Okay, so I definitely need to charge a battery, otherwise we're going to have a problem with the next event. But so let's just pop that in here and get this switched on. Yeah, so I'll end this episode here. Then we'll be back for what will probably be, I assume, the final 20 minutes of this run, but we'll see how it goes.